In 2023, 43% of people said that ads capture their attention. And in 2024, that dropped down to 31%. This means that there's a massive attention deficit happening on a global scale. What used to capture our attention or hold it longer and make us laugh and keep us entertained is becoming much, much harder to do as a marketer, somebody who's running a brand. In this video, I'm going to share with you how brands should do marketing going into 2025. I have 6 key points that you need to stick around and listen to because it's going to change your brand and help you get unbelievable results this year. The first key tip to grow your brand like crazy in 2025 is that you don't need to be on every social media platform. I know that this is common out there. A lot of internet gurus telling you need to be everywhere. You need to be on LinkedIn and on Pinterest and on every single social media platform. But what happens is when you spread your focus to all these different places, you're not able to get that compounding that you want in one specific place. You need a lot of focus and a lot of effort repetitively in one place to get that compounding and to grow quickly like you want to. If you're just spreading out all of your effort and you're posting in different places randomly, you're not putting in enough focused effort in any one particular area to get those outsized results. Just think about this for a second. Brands don't need to be on TikTok, on Instagram, on YouTube, on LinkedIn. There are enough users on TikTok, on Instagram, and on YouTube separately that you could run a $1 billion brand on any one of those if you were just really mastering it and getting in front of your audience on any of those. You just need to know as the brand owner which one works best for your brand and which one you feel most comfortable rocking for your own brand. The best example of a brand that's done this so well in 2024 and will continue to into 2025 is Strawberry Milk Mob. She just smashes TikTok. She's not worried about being on all these other different social media platforms. She posts catered content on Instagram occasionally, but her main focus is TikTok and just smashing TikTok for her brand, and it's built her brand into a multi-million-dollar brand. The second key to how brands should do marketing in 2025 is your niche might be too small. And in the content that you're creating, you may need to go broader with it. The reason for this is the way that the algorithms are working on TikTok and Instagram going into 2025 is they're rewarding content that has broad appeal. So it's not like you need to create content that's appealing to the entire world, but sometimes if your niche is too small, like mine, for example, where it's how to start a clothing brand, and that's the only content that you're creating, what happens is TikTok will start to show that to people outside of your niche, people who aren't starting a clothing brand. They won't show any interest in it, they won't like it, and then it will kill your video to be shown to your full niche. So when you're creating content ideas for your own brand, think about going a step up from your niche and going a bit broader than what you're used to creating, because creating a bit more broad content gives your videos that chance of truly going viral, of truly getting a whole lot of attention and a whole lot of reach. A quick example just to drive this point home is if I was making content for this YouTube channel, rather than making a video called how to market your clothing brand using Instagram stories, which is like really specific, I might make a video called how to grow your brand so fast you scare your friends and family. And it's got just more potential to reach more people and to appeal to the same audience, but also include an audience that you may have not tapped into yet. In a sec here, I'm going to share with you 4 more key marketing tips for your brand going into 2025. But first, I want to let you know that Apparel Success is sponsored by my buds over at design.com. If you're not that good at designs, I recommend that you try them out. Just use their AI logo generator. You type in the idea for your brand, smack enter. Thousands of logos are going to come up. You choose a logo that you like, then you can edit and refine that logo as long as you want for free until it's perfect. And there's a million other features you could try for your brand. If you want to try it for free, head over to design.com/apparel success and you can get up to 88% off at checkout. All right, back to this crazy old man teaching you how to market your brand in 2025 wearing blue light glasses so that he doesn't burn his retinas. Whew. Where was I? Oh yeah. Tip number 3 is that your marketing plan should be developed based on the context of your brand. There is no universal marketing plan that works well for every single brand. And especially going into 2025, there's no one size fits all equation that I could tell you right now that would work for your brand. Instead, your marketing plan and your content strategy online should be developed from first principles. It should be developed from understanding your audience, understanding where they spend their time the most on social media, whether that's TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, what age they are, what types of content that they want to consume, what types of ads they want to consume, and then developing your marketing plan from there. The best, most creative marketing strategies are going to come out of actually just understanding your target audience and developing a plan for how you can communicate with them, how you can get in touch with them in a way that makes sense to them. Because what you want to do, and listen to this very closely, inside of all of the marketing that you're doing is you want to create an instant meaning in every single piece of content that you create. There should be instant meaning, meaning when people come across it, there shouldn't be any confusion as to who you are, what you're talking about, and who you're serving. If there's an ad put in front of people and within 1 second they don't know what it's about or who you are, they're just gonna keep scrolling and go to something else. So creating that instant meaning within the context of your brand on the platform that works for you based on your target audience is going to be super key going into 2025, since there's so much different stuff that you could be doing and you need to develop that from first principles. Tip number 4 going into 2025 is huge, which is you need to make your content and your brand more polarizing. It needs to be able to pierce through all of the clutter that already exists out there. And remember that stat that I gave you at the beginning of this video, how 43% of people found ads engaging in 2023 and only 31% in 2024. Well, that's going to drop even more going into 2025, and people's attention span is so short. What they find interesting is getting smaller and smaller, and they need that dopamine rush so much greater. And so it's on you as the brand owner to recognize this and to create content that really grabs attention and gets people watching. A really quick framework to think about this in your head is there are 3 main types of content. There's relatability, content that's highly relatable, where the people that you're talking to are like, holy crap, this guy gets me like crazy. There's controversial content where you're talking about something that people might disagree with that can be really, really good for your brand. And the third one is educational. If you're going to educate, you better damn well get in front like that professor and hold their attention rather than like that boring professor you had in school where nobody was listening because they were so boring. You need to be engaging. Okay, tip number 5 going into 2025 is also huge, which is that user-generated content is 3 times more engaging than brand content. What I mean by this is that when a brand has their own voice and they're talking through their account, it's going to be 3 times less effective than if it was user-generated content, a third party talking about your brand. They find it more trustworthy, they find it more engaging, they find it more authentic when it's coming from another source than when it's coming from the brand themselves. And so do what you can for your brand in 2025 to get your brand to have some spokespeople who aren't you, who are talking about your brand, who are creating content for you, and repost that on your account. Get them to post it on their account, and do that through your influencer marketing and through your networking to create content that's not just only coming from your brand, because it's going to be way less impactful and it's going to perform a whole lot worse that way. And tip number 6 for marketing your brand in 2025 kind of blew my mind. I read 3 separate articles talking about how important working sustainability into your messaging is going into 2025. 93% of consumers say that they want to live a more sustainability focused lifestyle going into 2025. 93%. What this means is that if your brand has anything to do with the environment, maybe it's the packaging that you're using or just something to do with any sort of social cause, working that into your marketing and expressing that and showing that as the forefront of your brand is going to be huge and super powerful for your brand going into 2025, because it's what consumers want to see and it's what they identify with on an emotional and moral, ethical level. So that could really help you as well. I hope this helped you think a whole lot better about how to market your brand going into 2025. Let me know what you think about all this in the comments below. I read every single comment. And if you want to go deeper with me in a community of other brand owners, check out apparelsuccessmastermind.com, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.